I mean, it can't be worse than this. Or, anything Uwe Boll directed. Hey there, Internet Best Buddies, welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm Ray, and today we're going to be looking at the new Tomb Raider movie. Now, I know what you're saying, it's a video game movie, so, historically, not the best genre of films. But the Tomb Raider games, after the most recent reboot, have been fantastic, and they heavily influenced this film. My question for you guys this week, and I want you to leave your answer down in the comment section down here, is who is your favorite hunky boy in the original two Tomb Raider films? Was it Daniel Craig? Gerard Butler? Or was it, let me look up his name, Ian Glenn? I think that's how you pronounce his name. You may know him more as Jorah Mormont from Game of Thrones, but yeah, he was in there. So yeah, let me know which of those hunky boys you like down here. Upon returning to her late father's holdings company, Lara Croft is given a puzzle leading her to a secret bunker where he kept all of his research on an ancient queen. Lara then journeys to the lost island of this queen in hopes of discovering what happened to her father, where she is captured and forced to fight a mysterious organization. So I thought the performances were actually really good in the movie. Alicia Vikander, for one, was phenomenal, and I thought did a fantastic job. I especially like the scene where she has to perform her first kill. I thought that was really intense and really good. And she's great in all the action set pieces and pretty much everything throughout the film. Walton Goggins, pretty terrifying as a villain. And he had some surprisingly believable motives that made him a really kind of well-rounded character, I thought. Also, thank God they didn't try to make this over here a love interest story, because that could have just weighed the movie down. Luckily, there's no love interest story whatsoever in the movie, except for maybe the love between a father and his daughter. The story for the movie is somewhat of an amalgamation between this game, which is the second one, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and the first game in the rebooted series. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I thought it was a good combination of both. They do deviate and change a few things, which I thought was really welcome as someone who's played both of the games so far. But some of it you will kind of predict if you've played these games before. Otherwise, if you haven't played any of them, it's a very enjoyable story. The movie does have a slow start when Lara is in London and kind of showing her daily life, and also kind of the lead up to her leaving on the journey. A little slow, was a little boring at times, and there was a very unnecessary action sequence where she's kind of in some sort of fox race, I think it's called. That was kind of meh. I did really enjoy the elements that they brought over from the game into this movie, such as the pickaxe that she uses, her bow and arrow. During the boat crash scene, it looks like she's climbing on like a yellow railing, which is reminiscent of the first game. And I thought that was pretty cool. I liked a lot of those kinds of nods to the game. Also, side note, I think the Trinity henchmen look like Gears of War characters, and I love Gears of War. So, that was a cool little plus. The movie does have great action throughout it, especially once she gets to the island. She does do a lot of running from things like collapsing all around her, and that looked, especially from the way that they framed it, like it was ripped right out of the game. I thought that was really cool. I also really enjoyed how when they enter the tomb, it's kind of like a Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade thing going on with all the obstacles that are in the way and trying to solve them. Really like that because I love The Last Crusade. That movie's amazing. So the few remaining issues that I have with the movie was there was a little bit of shaky cam, especially when Lara meets Walter Goggins' character. I forget his name off the top of my head. But there's a lot of shaky cam in there I thought was unnecessary. There's some minor audio issues, which aren't a big deal. And also, if you've seen the trailer, you know there's that really cringy scene where she's holding the guns and she's like,
I'll take two.
Still in the movie, it's in the credits, and it's not as bad. But it's still a little cringy. Tomb Raider was surprisingly good for being a video game film, and I found it to be both an entertaining experience and a great interpretation of the franchise thus far. Tomb Raider gets a 7 out of 10. Also, want to give a quick shout out to the lady in my showing that called some dude out for being on his phone. Don't be on your phone in the movie theater. If you want to do that, wait till it comes out or ends up on Netflix, and then just go on your phone in the comfort of your own home. Ridiculous. Also, if you're gonna do that, at least turn your brightness down, because that dude was blasting his brightness like crazy. I didn't really notice it personally, actually, until she shouted him out, and that was enjoyable to watch. He immediately put his phone on. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. It means a great deal that you're continuing to watch my movie reviews and just videos I put out on the channel. If you enjoyed the video, go down and give it a like. Remember the question from earlier about the Hunky Boys, leave your comment down here, and share the video with a movie-loving friend. Also, while you're here, subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the content that I put out. Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya!